This regular meeting of the Navasota City Council is called to order on Monday, the 10th of October. In council chambers, let the record show all council members are present. Welcome and thank you for being here this evening. We ask that you put your cell phones in the silent mode. And a reminder to visitors, please sign in. If you wish to speak under visitors' remarks, please fill out the form found in the foyer. State your name and address at the podium, as we must document all meeting business, and remarks limited to 3 minutes. Tonight's invocation will be led by Pastor Mac Vaughn, then followed by the pledges.
Yeah, look at all those smiling faces tonight, isn't it? There's one frowning. Grant, you okay? You have a frown on your face.
Might have gotten some bad candy up here. I don't know.
Let's pray. Oh, gracious and heavenly God, we gather together this evening to share our individual skill sets. God, I just ask that you lead and guide us by your Holy Spirit, God, that all that's said, all that's done, might be filled with your spirit and love and kindness and thankfulness for our leaders in our community as well as our community. God, protect them. Continue to protect our first responders, and fire department, and police, and sheriff. Oh God, we just thank you for being able to be here this evening. We ask that your spirit just fill them, that your joy just fill them, that their thankfulness and all of our thankfulness fills us and causes us to do and glorify you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Mac.
Item 3, remarks of visitors.
No, sir.
Item 4, staff report. We'll begin with a proclamation. I would like to ask at this time that any military veterans that are with us this evening, if y'all would please rise and to be recognized. And also want to just take this opportunity to thank the city staff and also the Grimes County VFW for hosting the parade on Saturday. It was very well attended and probably the longest one that we've had in a number of years. So do thank those groups for putting that together and making it real noticeable. We're going to have a proclamation recognizing tomorrow's Veterans Day. Held annually on November 11th, honors the courage, dedication, and sacrifice of those who have served in the United States Armed Forces. This holiday origins trace back to November 11th, 1918, when the armistice ending World War I was signed, marking a moment of peace after years of conflict. In November 1919, President Woodrow Wilson proclaimed November 11th as the first commemoration of Armistice Day. Later, it was renamed Veterans Day in 1954 to recognize and honor veterans of all wars and peacetime service. This day serves as a heartfelt tribute to those who have defended our freedoms, often at great personal cost. It's also a reminder of our collective responsibility to support and stand behind those who have worn the uniform through access to health care, education, employment, and community resources. Veterans Day is both a celebration and a solemn reflection. It calls us to express gratitude, share the stories of service, and ensure that future generations remember the sacrifices that made to protect our way of life. Therefore, I, Burt Miller, the Mayor of the City of Navasota, do hereby recognize November 11th, 2025 as Veterans Day in the City of Navasota. Encourage all citizens to honor our veterans, recognizing their enduring contributions and reaffirming our commitment to a community where they are respected, supported, and valued. Signed this 10th day of November, 2025.
Kurt, do you want to get a picture with Bernie and Mitch?
Sure.
Jennifer.
Mitch, and would y'all like to come forward? We will get a photo.
I'll get Jennifer. She's going to snap a picture for the city real quick. Hold on.
Oh, Connie.
Thank you, Jennifer.
All right.
Next, we have a recognition of 30 years of service
Woohoo!
to the City of Navasota, Chief Jason Kekowski.
Mayor, I think Chief's got some family members here that should come up and join him.
Exactly. Family, friends, whoever. Okay.
All right, fireman.
Thanks, Callan and Karen. I knew. We'll talk later. I won't pay any attention to him. Bless you. Well, our teacher said-
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
All right, Mayor and Council, next will be a CIP update from our project manager, Matt Julian.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. Matthew Julian, Project Manager. Couple quick updates. The water tower has a new coat of color on it now. They've completed the first of 5 coats of paint that will go on the tank before the logos go on. Due to the proximity of the cemetery, they are brush rolling the entire tank. And they're still scheduled to be completed mid-December. So we're excited for that. The the TxDOT sidewalk project on West Washington is moving along. They've done about 900 feet of concrete up today. They're getting closer to the railroad tracks, but we don't have a date yet for that work to be done. They're still coordinating that with the railroad. But again, we will get that to the public as soon as we know about it. And last I have the Brozig sidewalk project now has a pedestrian bridge. It was placed last Wednesday. Concrete was poured on Thursday. They were getting ready to open the pedestrian pathway along the creek, but then they noticed that one of the trees in the creek had cracked during the big storm we had. And so we sent our crews out there today to go ahead and take care of that tree so it doesn't fall on anybody. The path will not be open yet. City staff did meet today with the engineer who is going to take on the responsibility of the guardrail that's going to go along that sidewalk. So we'll finalize those plans later on this week and get some more information on that. As far as the bridge, TxDOT has asked the city to look into the options for the ADA compliance ramp that needs to be there for the bridge to be open. So we're trying to figure out what that would look like and what that would cost. The best option may be just to leave that bridge closed until the county does their project and replaces the other bridge, because then they're going to bring all the roads and sidewalks up to grade, and then they will complete that at that time. So we're looking at those two options, what's going to serve the city best. That project, they're still looking at starting next May. So that's what I have.
You got Grant all choked up.
Sorry.
All right.
Thank you, Matt.
Any reports from council on boards and commissions? All right.
I have one thing I'd like to say, that big birthday celebration for the United States Marine Corps, 250 years old today.
Today, that's right. 1775, I believe it was, right?
I just would like to say thanks to the city manager, Mayor Burt Miller, city attorney, for putting on a good class up at TMLC this past week. They made Navasota proud.
I believe we just need to announce that city offices will be closed tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
But trash service is not changed, so your regular service will continue for trash pickup. You may or may have not seen it on social media, but there are some really great things that have been happening recently that I would like to mention. October 24th, Code Enforcement Officer Eric Covarrubias and himself, on behalf of the Code Enforcement Department and the Keep Navasota Beautiful Commission, there was an award received from the Brazos Valley Council of Governments Environmental Management and Planning. They had an awards luncheon, and the Keep Navasota Beautiful received an award of $1,500, I believe.
It is.
And so that will go toward the support of our annual trash off.
Yes, sir.
And so want to give kudos to Eric and to Keep Navasota Beautiful Commission, because that's something that has been going on for quite a number of years and been very successful, and it's great to be recognized for that.
And that big, beautiful check is in the display case out in the hall.
Okay, all right. And that's not the first one we've received.
No.
We've received
Yes,
them
sir.
in the past, but I think luckily it went up from 1,000 to 1,500, so
That's
that's nice. On Wednesday, the 29th of October, during the 2025 Texas Municipal League Conference and Exhibition in Fort Worth, City of Navasota received a 2025 Municipal Excellence Award in the City Spirit category for cities under 25,000 in population. This award was recognized the city for its adaptive reuse of a city-owned warehouse. We had members of the council, staff, and also the owners of Wildflower Mead and Beer Company Jeff and Chelsea Murray were in attendance and helped us accept that award. That's very tough to get these awards. Or at least as long as I've been on council, for as long as I have, we've seen many applications for the different categories, but Navasota was finally recognized for their efforts. So I want to congratulate everyone that was involved in making that happen. And then on Tuesday, November 4th, Blackberry and Honeysuckle won a Texas Downtown President's Award for a Best Commercial Interior. We worked with the city, worked with that business. Being the Texas Downtown has an annual ceremony with different awards, and we were also in winning that category. We were also a finalist in the Best Public Improvement category, which was also Wildflower Meat and Beer, and in the Best Promotion category, the Sounds of Navasota Concerts was a finalist. So just want to recognize that, all that good stuff. It's coming up. The Coffee with the Chamber at the PA Smith is 9 a.m. on Wednesday. This Thursday is the Parks and Recreation Community Workshop. From the survey that had been going out for a period of time is going to be discussed. That's from 6 to 7:30 at the Navasota Center. And fortunately or unfortunately, the Rattlers are going to be playing that same night, so we're going to have a bi-district playoff game versus North Forest at Thorne Stadium at 7. So that's going on that same evening. There's a community food drive that supports Christian Community Services Food Pantry. There are 10 different drop-off locations around town, and that runs through November 21st. The 21st also is the turkey plunge at the pool. So if you want to take a dip in the pool, you bring some canned goods, and that's how you get in, right? From what I understand, that's what I've been told. November 22nd is the Blues Festival. Starts at 11 o'clock. We'll have Texas A&M on the game on the big screen here at City Hall. There'll be a vendor market. And then starting at 5 o'clock, the concerts will start here right on the grounds of City Hall. And then down the road just a bit is the KBTX Mid-South Food for Families Food Drive. That's December 3rd. And there is a change this year. It's going to be at the Fairgrounds Expo Center rather than at Mid-South. So the drop-off will be at the Fairgrounds from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. on that date. Item number 5, consideration and possible action for the approval of the purchase of 5 Scott self-contained breathing apparatus, or apparati, with masks and NFPA flow tests in the amount of $40,185.15 from MES Service Company, LLC.
Mayor and Council, Jason Katkowski, Fire Chief. This is the second year of a 3-year replacement plan to replace all of the older and outdated SCBAs, or as we call them, air packs, at the fire department. The older packs are now 17 years old and several are no longer repairable. The purchase is for 5 new Scott air packs, masks, required flow testing in the amount of $40,185.15. This is a budgeted expense that exceeds the $25,000 threshold, and the expense will be covered by the $1 donation account that is on the utility bills.
I think that we need to really let the citizen know how important that $1 fee is on the department and park fund, goes out to help our fire department in spending $40,000. And if I'm correct, we've got a little bit over $75,000 in that particular account for the fire department, like $99,000 in there for the park fund. So, it's letting the citizens know that their volunteer services, that one day they may have to have a fire department call to their home. And I think that's a really neat deal.
It's been helpful in the past. We've used that account for purchase of hose. We've used it to purchase extrication equipment in the past, so it's been beneficial, very beneficial.
Them $1 do adds up, and
$1 adds up.
It does.
Mr. Mayor, I move approval of the purchase of the 5 Scott SCBA's with mask in the amount of $40,185.15.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Fultz, second by Mr. Gessner to approve the purchase of the 5 air packs. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, item carried. Thank you. Item 6, conduct a public hearing on a proposed ordinance amending the city's participation in the Texas Municipal Retirement System, authorizing 20-year retirement eligibility, increasing the employee contribution rate, and readopting the city's updated service credit and cost of living adjustment, or COLA, selections. We'll open the hearing at 6:24.
Mayor and Council, this is one of those items that we did talk about during the budget process. Actually, we began talking about it when I interviewed for this position. You all had identified a need to improve the retirement benefits for the employees citywide. And this was something that we worked into this year's budget. So this change will apply. It will be effective January 1st if you adopt it tonight. We will communicate that with TMRS. They'll get everything in place and start billing us for that come January. And it will allow for 20-year retirement for 20 years of service to the community for full-time employees. And will also increase the employee contribution rate from 5% of their gross taxable income to 6%. The retirement system allows 5, 6, 7, or now 8%. So there's 4 different options. We were at the lowest. The vast majority of cities were at 7%. And some of those cities are now, as of September 30th, when the new law went into effect, September 1st, I'm sorry. Some cities are starting to go to 8%, and we felt like if we stayed at 5, that would really start hindering our ability to recruit quality applicants. So we're moving up to 6% because that was a manageable bite for us this year, and we will look for opportunities in future budget years to move up again, to be in line with what most other cities are offering again, so we can attract quality applicants and
retain.
Yeah, it's really more of a retention tool probably than anything else. Most 20-year-olds aren't thinking about retirement when they start working here, but you get close to 30, you start actually realizing that you're mortal, and one of these days you want to retire, and so you start thinking about those kind of things. And so we really appreciate the council's consideration for this, and or consideration of the option, and look forward to seeing it get approved.
Would this option be option 1 or option 3 on the comparison sheet?
Let me get to that item. I'm pretty sure it was 3, but let me verify on that chart. Yes, sir, it was 3. It was option 3, column option 3. They actually gave 5 different options because there were a lot of things we were looking at. That was the one that we felt like we could afford in this year's budget.
Did you have any employees kind of gripe about them paycheck a little bit less if we go to this, or?
No, sir. I mean, it hasn't changed anyone's paycheck, but we did have the directors ask at staff meetings, during the budget process, about these changes and that none of the directors gave me any kind of negative feedback that employees did not want to pursue this. It was quite the opposite. They all seemed pretty overwhelmingly supportive of improving this benefit. One thing to keep in mind is the change here to an employee's paycheck, for instance, is a 1%. So the employee gives 5%. Currently, they will go to 6%. So it's an additional 1% of their salary, and that's at a pre-tax. It comes out pre-tax. So really, the effective change to someone's take-home pay is, around 0.75 of 1%. So it's really a pretty small change. I think if someone were bringing home $1,000, it would be a change of like $7.50. So it's a pretty small change when you get into the pre-tax versus post-tax, and it being only 1% change.
Like the fee we talked about, it adds up.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That 1% adds up over the course of 20-year service. It really hits their retirement benefit will be better for it.
Just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of it.
Yes, sir.
And implementation is easy. They just sign a new paper.
Yeah, we just signed the contract. That they've already provided it to us, or they prepared the ordinance for us. The city attorneys reviewed it, and they'll amend our billing to be this. And if you look on that same chart, it shows that our calculated contribution rate, when you look down towards the bottom, about middle of that bottom column, it makes our effective contribution rate 11.92%. And this year, we built this year's budget on 12%. So right on that.
Mr. Mayor, I move that
I'm sorry.
Still public hearing.
We gotta close the hearing.
Anyone wish to speak? Yes, ma'am.
Deborah Richardson, 1202 Lane. I just want to make sure I understood you correctly, that the cities would also be increasing the amount that they contributed. You said something about 11%. I wasn't sure what that was.
So
It's a matching.
well, the 11.92% is what TMRS charges the city to administer the full benefit. So the employee puts money in, the city matches those funds going in, and then TMRS administers the benefits for each individual employee. And so 11.9 for these particular changes, and for this year, the actuaries look at it and they calculate that every year. And they have calculated that our cost, the city's cost, would be 11.92%.
Which is increasing from last year.
Yes, that definitely increases
Okay.
because we're increasing the benefits that are being offered to the employees. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyone else? Okay, we'll close the hearing at 6:31. I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve ordinance number 1078-25.
Motion by Mr. Holt, second by Mr. Fultz to approve ordinance 1078-25. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, item carries. Item 7, consideration and possible action on resolution 810-25, nominations to the board of directors of the Brazos Central Appraisal District.
Mayor and City Council, since the city has annexed part of Brazos County property, I guess you could say, we have the option to appoint someone to their board of directors. So they sent down the resolution, and The two people that are up for reelection, both of them have agreed to serve again if appointed. We can appoint, you can appoint someone, you don't have to appoint anybody at all, but when it comes down to the ballot, we don't have any votes to cast. So it's like, it's up to y'all if you want to appoint someone to be on the ballot, but we won't have any votes to cast because we don't have any people actually living in that strip of property that is annexed.
We don't have to nominate anybody.
You don't have to nominate anybody, but I prepared it just in case
We
you,
don't know any of these people in Brazos County.
but it's a formality. They have to send it out to the entities that have property.
So the two that's up is from Brazos County?
They have to be from Brazos County.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one from Grimes County can serve on the Brazos County. Now, we just recently did the Grimes County one, but this is for the portion of land in Grimes County, in Brazos County.
Can we just take no action?
You certainly can.
The two on the board right now, did this council appoint them?
No, this is the first time we got notification to appoint someone.
And this is the board that runs the appraisal office. This is not the people that do the appraisal or the court that judges on whether you've been appraised properly or anything.
Right. Like I said, you don't have to take any action, but I did put it on since it was sent to us for your consideration.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we make no nomination.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Gessner, second by Mr. Holt to make no nomination. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8, consideration of possible action on ordinance 1079-25, approving the Grimes County tax roll for tax year 2025.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This item is to approve the certified tax roll for Grimes County. It is up 10% from the prior year. Staff recommends approving this ordinance.
When you say it's up 10% from last year, is this saying that our tax base is up 10% from last year?
Just about. I think from the tax base, that one is actually 10.92%. It's about 425,000 increase.
So that's a sign of growth.
Correct.
Seems kind of low based on my bill I got.
Yeah. I move to approve 1079-25.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Fultz, second by Mr. Gessner to approve ordinance 1079-25, Grimes County tax roll for 2025. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, item carries.
Thank you.
Was this information given to us timely this year? Because in years past, it has not been.
about
No.
Everything that we received this year has been late.
Okay, I just want to make that
Mhm.
point.
In fact, they missed their deadlines and kind of extended it even for the appointments to the board of directors.
Yeah.
So,
Item 9, consideration and possible action on approval of the selection of Energy Coating Systems as the contractor to handle the repair and reseal of the metal roof on the fire station.
Mr. Mayor, City Council, Jay Chappell, Maintenance Services Director. There was a project code under the CIP fund for repairs at the fire station. In order to begin the interior repairs, we have to get the exterior repairs taken care of as well. So the roof at the fire station has had leaks in the past, sometimes substantial. It has been patched. It has been slightly repaired. we are looking at using energy coating systems to do a full repair and reseal of the roof, similar to what we did with the library. They came in as the lowest bid. They also had a number of extra added work that they were going to make sure that gets done around the windows and some of the front facade as well, which kind of set them apart. So this obviously, their bid came in at slightly higher than the $25,000 maximum. So I have to bring it to you guys to see if you guys will let us move forward with getting energy coating systems on board to get the roof at the fire station taken care of as soon as possible.
Ryan, I have three questions.
Okay.
Number one is that we only have one bid in the package, and
This is true. I only added the one bid. I have the other three that I can provide for you guys as well.
We're just like looking at it, if we're gonna make a decision, we'd just like to see it in our board package. And the second would be, you said pressure wash the entire roof and clean out gutters. I went by and visited the fire station and everything, both of the buildings, one in the front and one in the back. I don't know, is it mold or some green stuff that's growing on the side of it and everything? I think the whole building needs to be pressure washed.
I agree. And Doug is here. Was it just the roof that was added for your pressure washing, or were you going to also do the sides where you're going to be caulking as well?
Pressure washing. I didn't notice. That's something we do.
Okay.
I don't think we need to look at it. I think we need to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, when we get out there, we can get a bid for that as well to see if it's something that my guys can handle. We'll take care of it as well.
And my last question is that I can't recognize him. Is this the same guy that did the library?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So far, the library's doing okay? There was a storm.
Fortunately, we haven't had any major rain issues since. We've only had one. We did not notice any leaks that we could tell. We replaced a number of the ceiling tiles just to kind of monitor and keep an eye on it. We haven't seen any issues so far at the library, and it's held up very well, and it looks much prettier than it was prior to. So.
My other question about the roof at the fire department, from what I remember when I was there a while back, does the roof leak into behind the brick? And if that's the case, is that something that fixing the roof will also fix that piece? I don't know if that was a gutter issue or.
So when the building was put together, the brick was not attached properly to the sidewall where the panels are on the side, the corner beads, so to speak. There is a gap there. It's a much larger issue than the roof repair. The roof is leaking in substantial different areas. However, what you are speaking of is a problem with water penetration that we are looking to address as simple as we can. However, it could be a larger project for brick replacement and redoing that whole wall. It's not something we're addressing with this particular project.
Weren't we gonna try to look at that flashing, how that flashing connects to that brick that might be part of the problem?
Yes, and I know, and Doug, correct me if I'm wrong, we will be sealing that flashing along that edge.
On the north wall and covers the brick.
Yeah.
Water from going by.
There is still an issue, to answer your question, there is still an issue on the sides where that flashing is as well. The brick just is not secured as well to that flashing as we would like, so. And I think it's been like that since it was built, so.
Number of years.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the estimate provided by Energy Coating Systems for the repair of the roof at the fire station.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Gessler, second by Mr. Fultz to approve the estimate provided by Energy Coating Systems for the repair of the approved fire station in the amount of $28,495. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, item carries.
Thank you.
Item 10, consideration of possible action on the acceptance of the TxDOT routine airport maintenance program or ramp grant for the airport maintenance and designating the city manager as an authorized representative.
Good evening, council, mayor, Jennifer Reyna, Public Works Director. I am here to present the annual TxDOT routine airport maintenance program and requesting the city manager as the authorized representation. Can't say that.
Representative.
There you go. I could not get it out. I gotta slow down a little bit. So, our annual TxDOT, routine maintenance program, this year, they're gonna be, maximum amount is, $111,111.11. So the, match is a 90-10 split. And so the only amount that if we spent the full maximum amount, the amount for the city would be only $11,111. So that's gonna be for lighting, crack sealing, any repairs on the airport as far as routine maintenance. If I need to trim down a tree, then that covers it. Extra parking, if I need to design parking lot, that covers it. So any any repairs on the AWAS, that is covered.
Oh, good, that's good.
Just think of that.
That's great.
So that was all covered in last year's maintenance. So that is what I'm asking for approval on tonight. Any questions on what?
Mayor and Council, on the match portion, instead of the 10,000 that's listed in the agenda, it would be the 11,111 and 11
11
cents.
11 cents.
Okay.
Something TxDOT changed a few
It was
years
the way
ago,
they
and it's
wrote
just
up
very
the
wonky,
grant.
so,
It was a little confusing.
yes.
And Carrie caught that for me today, so. And then in November, at our upcoming airport meeting, we will discuss with the airport committee members on kind of prioritizing those maintenance. So they'll kind of give me guidance of what they would like to see. For an example, this year, we did our cameras, our security cameras have been replaced. They were outdated and not working. So that was one of the items that we did within last year's grant. AWAS, lighting, so on and so forth, were all covered by this grant.
So, the AWAS is up and running now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And now we have some budget, some funds to keep it running.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Mr. Mayor, I move the approval of the TxDOT ramp grant for the TxDOT ramp grant for the airport with the amount of $11,111.11.
Yes.
Second.
Okay.
And then can you also approve authorizing the city manager?
And I will amend my motion authorizing city manager as a representative.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Holt, second by Mr. Harris to approve the TxDOT ramp grant. The City of Navasota's match at $11,111.11 with the city manager as authorized representative. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, item carries. Item 11 is the consent agenda, which includes the minutes for October 2025, expenditures for September 2025, and the investment report for 2025, September 2025.
Mayor and City Council, I just want to let you know there was an error on the expenditures. So the corrected copy has been placed in front of you tonight, but we still can consider it under consent agenda if y'all don't want to pull out and discuss it.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the minutes for the month of October 2025, expenditures for the month of September 2025, and the investment report for the month of September 2025.
Motion by Mr. Gessner, second by Mr. Fultz to approve the consent agenda. Items A, B, and C. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, item carries. And with that, being the last item, we are adjourned.